Day 180. It is pretty damn cold out here. It's not super freezing, but it's pretty damn cold. We slept in today. It's damn near 6 a.m. by 5:30 or so. It's still dark, but we wanted to get a later start because, this is the Whites and there might be views this time instead of just cold and rainy and such. So, don't hike around in the dark if there's views, naturally. Plus, it's cold. Sun should start coming up pretty soon. I'd like to do the Franconia Ridge in the early morning, but I don't even know where that is from where I'm at. I haven't studied. All right, so I'm still working on my cup of coffee. I haven't even started packing up, and I'm behind schedule already. Oh well, good thing I don't really have a schedule. I'll see y'all out there. And we're off. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. This was a really crappy shelter. I'm not bitter about it. I went to, like last night I was a little, I don't know, hating on the AMC and whatnot, which I probably will do a bit of. But, it's the end of a long day. I was tired, and this place is a shithole. I mean, just be honest. As far as shelters go, I can't think of one that has worse sleeping arrangements. As far as being in a, heavily trafficked public place and all that. So this place, pretty much, you're either in the shelter, in the privy, or you don't really have much place to sleep. Improvise. Hope we get out above the trees again. Sun is coming up. It's definitely warmed up a bit, but I'm still in all sorts of layers. Is that the way we came in? Or is that the way? Sun is just peeking out. All orangey in there. You can see a bits of it touching the trees. Almost here. Yeah, we got like 1,800 feet of down over the next mile and a half or some stupid thing like that. Wobbler. I knew that wouldn't be a wobbler. Ooh. Shit is steep. And as you can hear, it's wet. Not the best color though. But at least somebody built these really nice, huge stairs. Davis. Give you a sense of scale, this is eye level. She's just behind me, but that high up. Reverse view. Boom. It's hard to tell angles, man, but this is eye level. But that's the direction I'm going. Like that rock looks like it's just right there in front of me. But from my perspective, it is a lot. I'm bent over, and I gotta take a couple steps to get to that. That's like 1.5 feet below me. It doesn't look like that far. Because through my camera, this all looks like, semi-flat. But my perspective, this is one slip away from, a lot of pain. It ain't gonna kill me, but ooh, it's gonna hurt. Everything here has corners, edges. Ooh, woo, woo. Ha, ha, ha. Tried to claim me. You can't have me. That is the quick way down. This is a pretty epic water slide. It's gonna hurt because it's not real smooth. Ooh, it gets cooler. Oh, we reached the wooden steps part. I totally remember these things. It was dark last time I did this. Me and Mowgli were coming down, headlights flashing. We had a good time. Seemed all dangerous and adventurous. Curious how I found Chet's place, though. I did not know much. I didn't have far out to tell me all the random stuff you can get from that in the comments. So how did I know about Chet's place? Because we got there in the dark, and it was just Mowgli and I. I don't remember so much being jackhammered last time. I remember the first jackhammerings being right before where you start paying for stuff. But maybe I just didn't notice these. Pretty sure I would have noticed that, though. There's a lot of them. You can tell where they just broke some rocks in half for the fun of it. Like, screw you, rock. Screw you, rock. That's the same rock. Yep.
Go! This is way steeper than it looks on the video.
Not grab onto the rebar. Ta-da! This is pretty much eye level. All the way up around it. It's actually a little more treacherous than I would have thought. They just look like stairs. But, they've been on the slick side. Now, they got that rebar right there. I do not try to grab the rebar. It was so flimsy. But a long piece of rebar like that is naturally flimsy. Ooh. And none of these have even counted as waterfall icons on our map. But there are waterfall icons down there. But none of these count. What do the other ones look like, man? Ooh, okay, yep. That's steep, man. Yeah. Guess I should put the camera away. I have to admit, 2017 Mowgli and Crawler were badass, man. Those guys did this in the dark. My butthole puckered a few times on the way down this. And these are about optimal conditions. And it was not optimal conditions the day I was here. And if I remember correctly, Mowgli would have done it in jean shorts. Jorts. Even on a hot summer day, I would not go in that. But it's ice cold year frickin' round. And even on a summer day, because realize this is like September 2nd. So we're just out of summer. And you know, it's pretty frickin' chilly. I wonder if it's ever actually hot up here by my standards. Probably is sometimes. Humidity. I'll blame it on humidity, not heat. Okay, we made it to mostly the bottom, I'm guessing. Should I grab water here? I don't know. I haven't really looked at my map in a minute. But I will before I get too far. Hey, you can read about it if you want to. Slow it down. Look at the mountains. That leaves up there. We have not made it very far. Not at all. We're like 2 miles in, and it took us a while to get here. We ran into Not Too Crazy and his dad, a dude named Big Tuna. We're not on the AT right now, but I think we're headed towards it. Whew. It's cold in the shadow. Gotta hike faster. Oh, yeah, right. It's too steep to hike faster. I'll just hike harder. Well, it's not looking like we're gonna get our sunrise walk on Franconian Ridge. It's still 20 miles away. That's not easy to do in this. But let's say we could do that. We still need to resupply. We're coming into these as light as possible. It's probably gonna be a bitch to get to our next resupply. But yeah, sure we'll get there. Ah, we made it into the sunshiny, muddy section. The mud is so deep that that is my trekking pole. Oh, give my trekking pole back. That's some deep mud. Good thing we have this fancy bridge here. And I don't want to get my shoes wet. Now I gotta wash my stick. It's dirty. I just technically got over Bear Mountain. Well, I'm still on Bear Mountain, but I'm going down the backside. And I only really know it's that because when you go to Chet's place, he questions you. That was one of the questions. Was, what mountain are you headed to next? And I said, Kinsman. And he said, wrong. Bear Mountain. What mountain did you come from? I was like, Moosalaki. Wrong. Wolf. Okay. 0 for 2. And now I'm guessing, I'd see in my mind, I thought I walked there that night, that Mowgli and I walked from Moosalaka to that dude's house. But now I'm thinking there must have been a ride involved, but it was dark, so I doubt we hitched. So I'm thinking maybe somebody pulled up and was like, hey, y'all need a ride? And we was like, hell yeah, because we were going to sleep in a parking lot. So I do remember a girl, a redheaded girl that worked at hostels. I saw her at more than one with a shit ton of piercings in her face. She dropped us back off at that parking lot. Oh, yeah. So there was a ride involved. Okay, memories. That looks like a place that might have some breakfast. I don't know what it is. This forest seems almost lifeless. You got pine trees and moss. And moss on pine trees. I grabbed water out of that little trickle. There's another one in a while, but this is where we decided to stop. We have not made it very far at all today. We're maybe 5 miles in, and it's somewhere near noon. That doesn't bode well because I don't have much food. But 12 seems to be having some sort of issues today. So I'm hoping that she can start speeding up a little bit. Because we're pretty much out of food. Oh, what's fun? Fucking trail. Real Brook? Eliza Brook? I guess Eliza Brook was the shelter. That one's in 4.2, but we've only been moving a mile an hour. This is pretty rough terrain. But we still have quite a few miles before we even get to the road where we can resupply. So, there is a possibility it'll be early tomorrow instead of this evening. But who knows? Always where I'm supposed to be, something will happen. That is such a mossy rock. Oh, well that's why I was hearing sprinkling noises every once in a while. It is very overcast and sprinkling. Alright, well that explains that. I thought I was hearing it, but I haven't seen the sky in a minute. Oh, are those little balls of ice? No, that was something I knocked free. I thought I saw something bounce. I think it's too warm to be ice. Although I guess the temperature here means nothing. Feels nice to walk on some flat stuff. Well, let's hope this passes soon. That's a really cute mushroom. I don't know why that one's so cute compared to the others, but it is. I don't know if I can make it up this. Ugh. Ooh. No hands. that loud noise for a while. Doesn't necessarily sound like gunshots. Nothing I'm familiar with, but yeah. What is that? Just a swamp. Yep, looks very swampy. A whole lot of recent maintenance. There's been tons of these that are seemingly new. Still wood chips around a bunch of them where they shaved them down. Yeah, wood chips all over the place. Where they texturized them. I found a frozen fly, and I told him if he climbs on my finger and he can hang on, I'll let him both eat the poop off my hands, because, you know, there's something there, and I will carry him somewhere warmer. So, yeah, he seems to be digging it so far. We're friends. Oh, wind's starting to whip up. I lost my fly a little bit ago. He stayed with me for a little over a mile, though. Thought we had a connection. But once you get warm enough, he was gone. Or maybe there's just no more poop left on my fingers. Hard to tell. Flies aren't much into communication. Blazes are funky through here. There's not many of them, but they're, you know, not quite blaze shaped. They're blaze color, so we're going with that, but it's like somebody described a blaze to somebody and they're like, okay, I got that. Okay, there's like really nowhere else you could go. You don't really need blazes. Except when you do. Look at that thing. Probably not gonna miss it, but I might overlook it as like a patch of lichen. Oh, we did the power lines. That counts as a view. Ooh. I'm guessing that's what was just raining on us, or drizzling. Tail ends of it. Assuming that's Kinsman. We're to get up and over that today. We were supposed to, and well beyond it to the road, but hey, mileage is slow. No, that doesn't look very promising. It's blue on both sides, so maybe it's just, you know, short. Pass right over real quick, not drop anything on us all. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a shelter in like a half mile, so even if it does rain, and it wouldn't last long, we should be in a shelter. I only stopped here because it was in the sunshine. I was like, oh, this will probably be more comfortable than the shelter. I could use a little sun on my bones. But that mountain was hiding a big cloud. But it's moving pretty fast. Oh, that close. Taking a little break, rummage through my food sack, see what I got going on in there. Miles aren't coming easy. And as usual, it ain't like I'm going to starve or anything. But I will be going into town hungry. Definitely don't want my day ending here. We're just going to kick it for a little bit. Hopefully the sun comes back out, warms things up, motivates us a little bit more. Okay, we carried on from that shelter. It was filled with people. Oh my God. There is a trail crew there. You could tell they were all cool, experienced looking people. They built a bridge, I'm assuming. I don't know. But it was also filled with like high school or and college kids. It's hard to tell the difference. When you get to a certain age, they all look the same. Well, we did see Happy there. He's been there all day. He's waiting for somebody. Didn't have a picnic table. Surprised. I do actually, in fact, remember that shelter. It's one of those ones where when I get there, I look, and then I have the memories. And I yelled at a bunch of college kids there. There was a bunch of us through hikers, and we'd already settled down. It was dark, and the college kids kept making noises, and I yelled from my tent, and they shut up for a couple seconds, and then started right back in on it. So I went over with like red light on and yelled at them, and I came back and everybody golf clapped me on the way back through their tents. It was nice. Because quite often I yell at people in the dark and everybody just thinks that guy's an asshole. But they're glad I do it because they wanted me to shut up whatever was making me yell. But it was filled with people. So, they started a program since the last time I've been here. So this will make me like the whites more, I'm sure. Because for me, it was all about them just trying to squeeze money out of me and making my life more difficult. So I don't remember paying anything last time I came through here. Except for maybe a bowl of soup or something. But I know Ma'am bought me some. But when I wanted to sleep, I was going out into the woods, and I was going out kind of far. And I was murdering a bunch of little baby trees and shit to get myself a place to sleep. This time they do a thing where it's $10 for the first shelter, and you get like a little coupon or something. I don't know what it is, but maybe a bracelet. And it entitles you to a breakfast and 2 pieces of bread and a coffee at the next hut. And makes all subsequent stays at the places, instead of $10, only $5. So that seems worth it to me. I can do that. You know, they gave me an option. Last time I didn't have an option. It was like, give us a lot of money. Well, not a lot, but a decent amount. Or I don't know what the other option is. What do you do when you don't want to pay? You have to sleep illegally. I mean, you gotta sleep sometimes, right? So, let's go up and see what this pay shelter's like. Try to enjoy the waterfall, but don't fall off the trail. So now we're only like 4 miles away from where we're headed. But when hiking is like this, that can take a few hours. You know, normally 4 miles is 2-ish hours. But probably gonna be closer to 4. But we slept in a little bit, so we can hike a little bit later today. Sleep in a little bit tomorrow. And head into town. Get a resupply. It's going to be a great day to the Franconian village. We're not going to get to do it like we wanted to do, but hey, such is life. We'll still get to do it. It'll be awesome. Isn't it silly? Shit. Oh, yeah. That's definitely not OSHA regulation. I mean, look at that thing. It's easily crotch height. Yeah, just as I thought. Oh, yeah. How deep is that? That's wood. Yeah. Safe to walk on.
Is that a pond?
Yeah.
The top?
Well, I don't know about the top, but in front of us, yes. I did not come out with dry socks. The toes on this sock, on this foot got a little wet. They got little splashies and shit, but, you know, hey, it's mud. It happens. Whew. I did this in the dark. I must have been frustrated. It goes slow. Yeah. You don't realize how slow you're going to move. I tell you, see what you're climbing. When you're chasing a sunrise, you have limited time. Of course, everything's in the dark. Oh, but I made it just in time. Maybe I'll get there for sunset tonight. Hope to be there earlier, but things aren't looking good. Oh, you see Butler. Oh, yeah, that place looks expensive as hell. I can't afford a breakfast there. You know. Yep. Definitely can't afford a breakfast there. A little easier to climb over here. When it's this steep, you gotta be near the top. Gots to be. You see them power lines right there. They seem like forever ago, but they're right there. Okay, son, we're not done yet. Don't you go away. I guess I got a bit more climbing to do. I knew I wasn't at the top. But getting there. And of course, where we're headed is a couple miles afterwards. But it's all downhill after the top, right? As if that's much easier. Guess it's slightly easier. Hey, I can't do this with no hands. Oh, maybe I can, but it's easier to use my hands. That is not a whole lot. I started up there this morning, and came down up over that thing, and then where I'm at today. Feels like a lot, but when you look back, you're like, no, I was just right there earlier. Oh, looks like I'm at the top of this bad boy, so that's groovy. Or somewhere near. Where's my sunshine? Whew. This isn't quite the top yet. back into the stunted trees. They do block the wind really well, though. I'm fairly certain this is the throne. That it is. Just for old time's sake. I'm not sure which ones I'm even looking at. Hi. Later. Looks like I can see the edge of the clouds over there. That looks like a pretty solid line. Maybe get just a little bit more sun before the end of the day. Oh, it's getting kind of late. It's already 5:30. Yeah, sun will be going down pretty soon. It's supposed to be really cold tonight down in the city because that's where our things tell us the weather for conveniently. Anyway, I'm sure you can find them out for each mountaintop, but that's more than I feel like dealing with. But down in the towns below, it is going to almost freezing tonight. Yeah, it's like 37 or something. So that means it's going to get to freezing here tonight. Pretty much bank on it. I'm hoping there's a place to set up my hammock at this pay shelter. Because, it's where I get my warmth from, is hanging in the hammock. Got my puffies under me and everything. Definitely gonna sleep in late if it's a frosty morning. Oh yeah. Wait until the sun comes out for a while. Plus it's hard to hitchhike until the sun's been up for a minute. Nobody likes picking up vagabonds in the dark. Okay, 5:45 and I am only a mile away. I'm not sure where 12 is. I tried moving slow and stuff, but I can't just stop and wait for her. It's too cold. So she'll keep plugging along. She's got White's experience. She's from Vermont. She comes out here and hikes. But also, I know I have a few people behind me. So it's always, of course, you got to get to the spaces first. Because I know at least 2 of them behind me are hammockers. Oh. And I don't know what kind of hammocking options they have at these pay shelters. Pay shelters. It just doesn't even taste right coming out of my mouth. Pay shelters. I believe that's the Franconian Ridge over there. Halfway under clouds. But tomorrow's going to be a much clearer day, according to the forecast. Would have been nice to get up there for sunrise, but it just didn't have what it takes to make it that far today. I'm more interested in getting into whatever counts as town. I know it's a real hard hitch. It's long and there's an interstate involved. But we will get there. He didn't say anything about it being a paid site. Huh. But when I get there, they're going to want money. No landing of drones. Can you fly drones over it? That's weird. We're like a half mile away. So that could take another hour. There's a short peek of view. We'll take this. Okay, Hut's 1.9. We stop by there tomorrow if I'm buying this and get me a free cup of soup, man, and 2 pieces of bread. Don't think I'm not gonna go get me my free cup of soup and 2 pieces of bread. And maybe some leftovers from breakfast if they have them. Pay here, thank you. So I just met the caretaker, actually right in this spot right here. I turned around and went back with him. His name is Dan. He was a cool guy. So I bought 2 thingies, but he says this place is freaking full tonight, that there's humans everywhere in here. He says this is the busiest night of the week, so sucks for us. But hey, it is what it is. Well, here is Camp Crawler. We are back in the crappy area as far as we can be. All the buggles took all the spot. According to Dan, the caretaker, this is one of the busiest nights of the year, he says. He's like, this shouldn't be, but he's like, this place is jam-packed. I was like, oh, man, that sucks. As you know, we have to pay money for this. I mean, look at where I'm sleeping now. This is not a spot. We just fucking jammed ourselves in here because we fit. But, you know, hey, what's done is done. But, you know, we got our little, whatchamadoobies, these thingies that entitle me to something or another. And make everything cheaper, and I'm supposed to get bread and a bowl of soup and stuff like that. Yay. I will take advantage of this. And here's our water source for the night. It is piss colored. Well, like dehydrated piss. I haven't pissed this color in quite a while, but, you know, I have. Water isn't all that cold, which is good because we're going to go cook with it. So, you know, it's harder to heat up cold water. Whoa, the long ass walk back to our little tent area. And then we get to be warm.